I got cut off, stopped recording. The video is failing now, but anyway, let's finish it up. Let's wrap it up. Okay, let's see what we calculated. I don't know if this was is in what's already recorded there. All right, so we're gonna do that calculation again. Where I'm talking about just the first part. Because I told you there are three changes. There are three extra, sort of cash flows that are now in your electricity bill that weren't there. All right. I don't know if you can use it like that, but anyway, there's three extra costs that you have to pay. The first change is this change in the rate. So the rate went up from 1.1415 plus a basic to 1.5 plus a basic. And then we calculate, if you take 1.5 over 1.1415 times by 100, you get 131.4, which comes out to be a 31.4% increase just in that first part. And that's a part that I said that is particularly critical to households. All right. And then there's the other two changes: the National Energy Fund, which is an added cost, and the Local Authority Fund, which should be of concern to SMEs that use a lot of electricity, because they, especially if you look at the local authority charge, 0.11 times by your consumption. That's a large figure if you use a lot of units. If your company is, relies on electricity to, which is nearly every company does, but there are some, especially if you go into manufacturing or anything like that will require much more. But anyway, but then those people haven't said anything, they've just accepted it, so that is their problem. But I, as a citizen, as a person currently staying in Okahandja, I want to know why there is this 31% increase in the rate. Is it just for the time being? Is it going back down? Is that a possibility? And I want to know. Apparently, legally, the government is allowed to outsource certain portions of, certain areas of some of its functions. They can outsource some of their functions to private companies. But I want to understand why the government has been doing it for all of these years, and the price has been, such and such amount, and then now they outsource it to a private company, and the price goes higher. And in my opinion, according to my experiences, efficiency hasn't. I really can't tell the difference. All right. So why? What was the motivation behind that? And nobody seems to care enough to complain about it. So I'll complain about it. And nobody seems to care enough that for some people it's an actual burden. I can still take that punch, but I don't like to be punched. All right, but then for some people it's affecting their life. All right, this 31.4% increase, and then this extra two charges. And the thing is, if government outsourced it, fine, they outsourced it. Now they outsourced it, but they're still getting some money from the company that they outsourced it to. For doing what, I am not sure. But then, should that money not come from that company's pocket? Why is it coming out of my pocket? But anyway, yeah. So yeah, legally, apparently they are allowed to do that. I think that's completely insane that they are allowed to do it legally without speaking to the people and finding out, do the people want this, without explaining to them that your charges are going to go up. If there are some other reasons why the price of electricity has gone up, that is not one of these three, and that can't be reversed by moving that specific government function back to the municipality, then we need to know what those reasons are. You can't just expect us to blindly accept anything. Come on, jeez. Yeah, and then I've done that before. I don't know if it's in the other pieces or not, but whatever. Nobody seems to care anyway. But then, okay, What is this? Oh yeah, I was told, what is this? I think it's a National Control Board, the Electrical Control Board. Today was my first time hearing about them. And I'm supposed to direct this to them. And this is a form of protest. It's not anything but a form of protest. Because prices have gone up. We don't know why. That does not make sense. You can't buy ice cream at this place today and then it's $5. You come back tomorrow, it's $7. Like, okay, what happened? Why? All right. And the government's supposed to be there to work for the people. It's not like a business where you can just decide to push up your prices. And the thing is, it's not even government. It's a private company that they've outsourced it to, as far as I know. Because nobody has taken the time to explain this to the people that are actually going to be paying those bills and the people that live in this town. I haven't, or maybe I haven't been looking hard enough, perhaps. Like, please put it in the newspapers at least a few times, or put it on TV, announce it, put something, Facebook it. I'm not even on Facebook, but let people know why. We want to know why. Like, Mr. Governor, why? All right, I want to know, and I want to know, especially this rates thing. Now, because if government could function at this rate, at this 1.1415 rate, I don't know why the Senate have to push it up by 31.4%. To make more money, but then is there any other reason than that? We want to know. Like, I mean, bloody hell, man, like, you can't just do that. That's, yeah. And then all the people that are just sitting back and not doing anything and just paying it, like, you need a backbone, right? Like, I was gonna say something worse, but they're like, just, jeez. All right, just open your mouth and say something. All right, don't just pay. Find out why first. At least find out like what these costs are, and then let them tell us why. Then after we know why, then we can say, okay, fine. In the end, yeah, okay, it's big business. The world is now a corporation. But then, at least why? Let me know why. All right. Peace. Yeah. Oh, disclaimer is my personal thoughts, my form of protest, and I'm not going to pay until I find out why. So either the governor, somebody from Senate, you can't just tell me, okay, the rate has gone up, there's this new charge and there's this new charge. These two new charges should be paid by the company that assumed responsibility of that function from government, not from my pocket. And then the rate. Why must the rate go high when we are functioning fine at this place? So you can't just take it over and decide you want to make more money. So somebody from Senate needs to explain to me the reasons behind that. And then I want somebody from the local government to explain to me the reason for the transfer. Why? The transfer, the municipality building is right across the street from the Senate building. And so far they're not proving to be more efficient. Like well, anyway, no, that's my opinion based on my experience. All right. So yes, thank you to the person that explained that to me. But I still want to know why. This is just telling me where the costs are coming from, but I want to know why. All right. Yeah, that's it. Peace. Oh, disclaimer. My own thoughts, not of any company that I'm affiliated with, associated with, signed to own, or anything like that. This is the thought of a citizen living in a country where he suddenly has to pay more money for something that he was paying less money for before, without a reason. All right, these are basic needs. I mean, okay, it's not necessarily a basic need, but it's very close to that category, and to sort of use it because people need it. I mean, you need electricity. What am I gonna do? Go start a fire and cook outside every day? Okay, I don't really cook, but then come on, you need the electricity, so you're going to pay for it. All right, but then are we really trying to make a profit off the backs of? Yeah. Anyway, let me not preach. I just want to know one. Peace.